Hey guys, it's Retro. We are here at Comic-Con San Diego, and today we are going to check out the Artist Alley, and we're going to walk the floor. Maybe we're going to buy some stuff, and yeah, it's going to be amazing, so hope you guys enjoy the video. Fan? You guys? They knew I was coming, didn't they? Let's walk the floor. We are here at San Diego Comic-Con, and we're walking the floor. And look, it's a bumblebee. Look at it, it's beautiful.
All day, every day, it's morphin' time. At about 5:30, we're gonna welcome Brendan Mejia.
It's so much fun here. I cannot believe that I'm here. Oh my god, it's Blizzard! This is where I belong! There's some things that are sold out already.
Yeah, we got pre-orders.
Not surprising. But we got some pre-orders. Here's a heart. Oh, I love this statue. Do you see the Harley statue? I like that. Good pool. Look at this place down here. Make your way down there. So cool.
This for $1,300, like. There's a She-Ra and Orko on the box. No avail, I never found them.
Batman Harley. Hey, look. All right, so here's original Harley. Here's metallic Harley. Here is American flag Harley, Joker Harley, and old red and black, like she's in an old school movie Harley.
And Christmas Harley. Who's that?
Pickle Rick. That was the pickle, obviously, not me. Meg Man. Ah! I'm fine. It was a little joke. What is that? That is... Please don't make me puke. Comics. That's a lot. Oh my gosh, that has to be like over 300-400 maybe comics there.
Yes, that is her newest project. You can go ahead and start if you'd like. And that will be part of the Vertigo relaunch.
It's time for another Cosplay Chaos! Cosplay Chaos!
So you are Hot Girl, right?
Yes, I am.
And why'd you choose to be her?
Because she's my favorite of the Justice League.
Really? Why?
Because she's the best. She's got wings. Her costume is the best. And a lot of people do Wonder Woman. I wanted to do something that was a little more original.
I've seen like a lot of Wonder Woman. So I've never seen a hot girl with ginormous wings. It looks really good. So how long did it take you to make this?
Over the course of a few months. I had to only work on it at night, like when I got home from my day job. So it took a very, very long time.
So you stayed up late, did you barely get to go to sleep?
Yeah, I slept. It just took so long because I could only work a few hours each night, so the progress was very slow.
Looks awesome, and I feel like you're getting most of the attention right now.
Thank you.
So obviously you are Thor, and she is Loki.
Yes, the dog of mischief.
Why did you choose to be Thor and her to be Loki?
I was going to meet Tom Hiddleston last month, so I wanted to make her a Loki. And then I was like, I really like Thor, and that would be a good one to go with it. And that was pretty much it. So we got to meet him last month, and that was fun.
How long did it take you to make this whole thing, or did you just buy it?
I made everything that you see that I'm wearing on my Thor, including the hammer, minus the wig. And I started making it like last Thursday. And I finished it on like Monday or something.
I couldn't even tell it was a wig. It looks so perfectly put on there.
I'm doing that a lot today, and no, it's just a wig, so.
What kind of dog is it?
She's a Blue Heeler Border Collie mix. She's my service dog, and she has over 56 costumes right now.
56?
Yeah, she's got like all of the Avengers, all of the Justice League, a lot of Arrowverse characters and stuff like that. So.
It's gotta be like is it like a walk-in closet or something for a
she has
dog?
Her own closet.
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
From Thor Ragnarok, correct?
Yes.
So why did you both choose to be her?
Oh, because she is the goddess of death, and honestly, that's kind of badass.
Yes. Very evil, and evil is my style.
Are you a warrior?
No. I am a...
I have this contest. You might want to be included. Grand prize winner, second place, dies.
No. All right.
It's not for everybody.
How long did it take you to make it, or did you just buy it?
I made it. I made everything. The horns took about 4 days, and the suit took about 5 days.
I bought mine. I went the cheap route. Although it wasn't cheap, but I did go the buy route.
It's all good.
So,
It looks fabulous, right? Yeah.
so do you.
So.
Oh, you guys gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Yes. We have to, different options, different, variations of Hela in the movie. So
You have hair down. She has the
she
thing
has the
up.
horns. Yes. So I'm the first version when she first comes out.
I did all the stunts for her. So.
Yes, she's my stunt woman. So yeah, I think now you should kneel before your queen. Kneel before.
Wait,
your
which queen?
Both of them. Both of them. Kneel before your queen.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
You are both beautiful goddesses.
Yes, our servant. Yes.
I don't know about that unless you pay me. So you are obviously She-Ra. I remember it.
You do?
Yes.
As a retro rebel, you would. And what do you remember most about it? What was your favorite part? What was her horse? Do you remember the horse's name?
Swift Wings?
Swiftwind. Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
All right. Why did you choose to be She-Ra?
I always have loved She-Ra because of her duality. She is very calm, peaceful, and sweet when she is herself, even though she is Princess of Power and is able to wield it as absolute power could be wielded, but does so kindly. But when she has to be, she is tough with a sword and handles business. and then goes right back to being her sweet self, and that's why I always love She-Ra. Your brother might be the toughest prince of all the land, and
But you're the toughest girl in all the land.
and you ride a Pegasus unicorn.
Oh my god, it's like a girl's dream.
Alicorn, I think is what they say it's called. So,
how long did it take you to make this outfit?
not very long. I bought it. I totally had to, because I have 2 children. They're standing over there. So as a mom, you kind of have to just go with what you know, which is grab what you can. She-Ra was my girl. Last year, I was the bride from Kill Bill.
I've heard of it, but I'll check it out.
Well, not until you're older.
Not till I'm older.
No.
So who are you cosplaying as?
Ganondorf.
Can you explain that to people who don't know who that is?
The great king of evil from the Gerudo tribe. He'll usually be the only sole male, but clearly I'm not male.
So why did you choose to be this character?
For a challenge, I don't usually do a lot of armor. Usually it's like cutesy dresses and skirts, and I know what I need to redo, and I want to have it ready for the giant, since Smash Brothers is coming out soon.
How long did it take you to do this, or did you buy it?
A week and a half and about 3 days of overnight, so I have not slept at all.
You must be really tired, huh?
3 hours of sleep, yeah, I'm very tired.
It's okay, my cameraman had less. Before anyway. Who are you cosplaying as?
Blade.
And what is that from, to people who don't know?
Blade is from Marvel Comics. He's a vampire that can walk during the day.
Whoa. Shocking.
He's a good guy. Good guy.
Good guy. So did you buy your outfit, or did you make it?
Purchased mostly from Amazon.
Amazon's where you get most of your stuff. Why did you choose to be this character?
He's one of my favorite characters.
Why?
Ever since I was a kid collecting comic books, been collecting since about 1981. Blade was one of my favorite comic book characters. My first was Superman, but Blade definitely is close to my heart. Yeah.
You are cosplaying as a female Cable, correct?
Yes, definitely.
Well, why did you choose to be him as a her?
Well, I like to cosplay male characters as girls because I really like the design of male characters, so I figure I might as well just design it myself for me.
It's like a gender bender, correct?
Yeah.
I feel like boys have better costumes than the girls, because the girls have to wear like really tiny skirts, and the boys get like these super cool tech outfits, and it's like futurized, and the girls they get superpowers, and it's really good for them, but the like tiny skirts and I like them, but
they look cute, but I like to carry around a giant gun.
Tell me, I have one somewhere. So how long did it take you to make this, or was it store-bought?
I made it in under a week because I was on a time crunch. I didn't really sleep a lot, but it was worth it. I won 3rd place. So.
Hey! Who won first?
It was a wasp. She was amazing. She had wings, and she pushed a button in her suit, and they like came out. And if you've seen the movie, she had a giant prop of a Hello Kitty Pez.
Oh my God,
it was like this big.
Trailer.
Yeah. It was really cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you should have got second.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So you are obviously the classic Deadpool.
Classically trained, mind you.
So why did you choose to be Deadpool?
He's kind of like the Bugs Bunny of the Marvel Universe. Gets to bounce around and eat carrots all day. Can't say no to that.
That does sound very fun. How long did it take you to make this?
It was over a few months. My friend made the suit and the mask, and then I painted and weathered and built some little armor pieces and stuff. So, like 6 months.
What's this thing that you're wearing over you?
I'm a trainee. Honorary tryouts for the X-Men. See if I'll make it next year.
There's only 2 of them in there.
Only hope.
There's only 2 of them in that building. I mean, they need more members.
You are preaching to the choir, sister.
You got some great personality there.
Thank you.
You're very outgoing, which is very uncommon for a young girl of your age.
Who's the leader right here in this group?
Well, that's a toss-up.
Which one, Negan or Rick?
Negan. Absolutely Rick.
What do you think? Let's take a little vote.
Rick.
I got 1 Rick.
He's my dad, but he's our friend. I don't know what to choose. Probably. I'm sorry. That's
Rick.
Well, he's been buying me food all weekend, so Rick.
All right, Rick is the leader. Sorry.
This reign's coming to an end soon anyway.
So why did you choose to be the Walking Dead group?
Well, that's an interesting question because this is my wife, and these are both my daughters. We chose The Walking Dead because we really enjoy the show. We think it's a fantastic show. We enjoy the characters in there. We enjoy the way that they've grown and progressed over time. And we feel that by watching them, you can actually learn a lot about life. You learn about bad people, and you learn about good people as well.
The bad guy that whistles.
So what do you think about this little group right here?
Oh, it's awesome. The more the merrier, you know, and they're all as on point as I am, so, you know, we look great together.
How long did it take you to make this stuff, or did you just buy it? Start with you.
Oh, I would say total, probably a good 1.5 to 2 years, because we've changed outfits a couple times. So we try to be point on with the cast. So when they change something, we try to go along with them. I would say for mine, I've had a couple outfits. So I'm going to say about 1.5 to 2 years.
All right, how about you?
About 30 seconds. My wife does everything for me.
And you?
It took me a couple hours because I went to a couple of different stores, but eventually, I mean, it's a walker. It's not point on anything.
It took her several days to do all of that. It was not a couple of hours because she actually spent she spent days going through, getting the pants just right, getting the shirt just right, cutting the holes. And then her sister came over and brought her clothes, and they spent a couple hours getting those all ready. So she's probably actually realistically got about a week into both of these outfits.
And you?
I buy the stuff, and then I do the alterations and the makeup and the gore all myself.
Wow. Can I interview you real quick for your cosplay for my channel?
We're going to interview him.
You chose to make him Thanos.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
He was already very tall. He's 6'3". He was an easy model, had the build that I was looking for. So we brought him up to 6'7", 6'8", and also I wanted to do Thanos because he's very relevant with that big movie that just happened. And yeah, and I'm now obsessed with him because of the movie, so I had to get it done. It took a full week to do the whole costume. It took a week to sculpt both arms, and then it took about 2.5 weeks to sculpt the face. So a little over a month. I molded, live casted him, sculpted Thanos over his live cast, molded it, cast it in prosthetics material, foam latex, and then today I pre-painted it at home, spent probably 3 or 4 hours pre-painting everything, and then I applied the makeup in about 1.5 hours today for the convention.
It's like a big, long process.
It's a very big and long process, but totally worth it, right?
It was totally worth it.
Thank you.
You look awesome. I would high-five you, but... Okay.
He's a little painted. Awesome.
Don't snap your fingers on me.
And if you want, you can follow me on Instagram at Waltimus Prime. You can see all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff from this makeup, other makeups. I'm also on the Sci-Fi channel on Face Off, Tuesday nights, 9, 8 Central.
I would redo the Flintstones.
All right.
Do you even know what the Flintstones is?
Yes, I'm very retro.
You have no idea.
I do. I'm retro.
You're retro. Oh, cool.
All right.
It's time for another On the Spot.
What's your favorite version of the Ninja Turtles?
Well, I like the original one because it was like the first one ever made back in 1988. But I would say other than the original one in 88, I like the new one from 2012 because it's really fun. I like they made April a little bit younger, more like their sister, but yeah.
When did you realize coloring comics is what you wanted to do for a living?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. Well, I always knew I wanted to be an artist, even from like grade school. It was always what I wanted to do. But I thought I was going to be like a fine art painter, and that's what I was going to go to school for, or I did go to school for. But in the meantime, I ran into people who were making comic books, and I started hanging out with them and going to Comic-Cons and helping them with their comics. And I got to show my portfolio around, and one day I got a call from Rob Liefeld, and he needed some help with some Cable versus Wolverine pages for Marvel. And he said, hey, can you color these 5 pages? And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Yes, I could color them. When do you need them back? He says, tomorrow. And I panicked, but I didn't say no, and I stayed up overnight and did the work, turned it in, and that sort of, after 5 years of working in obscurity, was the big break that I've been waiting for, and I've been working with Marvel and DC and Disney and IDW and all kinds of cool publishers ever since.
When you were working for the CIA, did you ever think writing for Batman was in your future?
No, I never did, honestly. Writing is... This is a lesson. I thought it was impossible to be a writer. I grew up in Hollywood where every waiter is a writer and everyone you meet wants to be a writer and no one actually is a writer. And I just thought it was like you had to win the lottery, like it was true luck. It wasn't something based on hard work. It was based on just being in the right place at the right time. And I was wrong. To be a writer, to be a good writer, there's a ladder you can climb, and it starts with just making yourself into a good writer and writing. And it took me a while to learn that lesson, that if you work hard enough at this, you will be successful at it, that it's part of the American dream like any other career.
How did you make that jump in careers?
Well, I always wanted to be a writer. That's sort of, but then 9/11 happened, which sort of changed the world a little bit, and someone attacked our country, and like a million other people, I wanted to sort of do something to get back at the people who attacked our country. So instead of doing what I was supposed to do, I did that. And then when I couldn't do that anymore because I had a kid who was born in 2008, so I stopped doing that and I did my first thing, which was writing.
What did you think the first time you saw the Ninja Turtles on TV?
Oh, I went crazy. I was like so funny because, even when you're working on the cartoon, you sort of like, it's hard to imagine that, something that you created and something you drew when, even I was a little bit younger, it's like you can't imagine it ever going from a comic book to a cartoon show. So it was like one of the most exciting things in my life. It was so fun. I like jumped up, stood on the chair, leaped around the house. I was like, yeah, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Can you take me through the process of what you do when a comic is assigned to you?
Sure. When a comic book is assigned to me, the first thing I do is I get the script. I read the script so I know the story and the scenes and the breakdown and the time of day. Then I look at the black and white artwork and start to think about what characters are in it. So an example might be the Flash. We have the Flash superhero. We might have people in and out of costume. Might have them traveling to different locations. And so I have to think about all this stuff before I even start. And then we'll do the flat color, which is kind of like the coloring book part where we just break it down into very simple shades. And then all the rendering, the detail, and the light and shadow, we have to do it for every page. So a character like the Flash, if he's on page 1 and he's on page 22 and every page in between, he has to look consistent, like all the reds and the yellows and the skin colors and everything. So that's part of my challenge, right, is to make sure that I don't just create like one attractive or good-looking comic panel, but it has to be consistent through the whole issue. And then sometimes 12 issues in a year. So that's part of the challenge, is to be able to be consistent and duplicate that look over and over and over again.
Would you say your Joker has been more infatuated with Batman than previous versions?
No, I would say that my Joker has no motivations. My Joker is not infatuated with anything. He's not infatuated with anything. He is the one character in all of fiction that has no idea what he's doing or why he's doing it. He does one thing 1 second and something else the next second, and he has no reasons for why he does it. That's his true insanity. Or at least that's what he's trying to make you think it is.
Because I see over here that it says XOXO Joker and he's mine. I'm not hating or anything. I actually really like it, but just the hints and the clues in the cover make it seem like he's more lovey-dovey with Batman, and Batman wants to be with just Catwoman.
Yeah, that may be true. Like I said, sometimes he'll be in one mood and sometimes he'll be in another, and there's no sense or reason to it. That's what the Joker is. The Joker isn't. When you put motivations behind something, we say this is why this happens. 1 + 1 = 2. That's order, right? Like that's like when you clean up your kitchen or clean up your room. The Joker's the opposite of that, right? He's chaos. For him, 1 + 1 = 17. And then no, it doesn't equal 17. 1 + 1 = cockroach. You know, it doesn't make sense.
Not even numbers.
Not even numbers.
Who is your favorite artist to color for?
Wow, now that's a tough question. I probably have more like a top 10 list or something, but right now I'm coloring a lot of Howard Porter's artwork on the Flash. That's been amazing. I love to color Dan Jurgens recently on Action Comics 1000. Lots of other artists would be in my top 10. Aaron Lopristi. I don't know. I could just keep naming them all, but those are the ones I'm working on right currently. And I like coloring their artwork because their art is dynamic and it's full of action and energy and excitement. And they have really good storytelling skills, so it's fun to get in and do the light and the shadow and just try to make the colors blend in with their art in a way that pops.
Is there a character you haven't written for yet that you would like to?
Oh yeah, tons. There's so many characters at DC, particularly that like I've always loved. I've always wanted to work with. I've always wanted to write Green Arrow. I've always wanted to write like more Batman stuff. Firestorm is a great character. But with Flash, I'm really lucky because he's my favorite character, so I get to write him. So I feel like it's always kind of a weird thing. Like it's surreal that I get to write my favorite character.
Which character have you not colored that you would like to?
Well, I think the only character that I can think of that I haven't ever colored is Spawn. It's also ironic because I live in the Phoenix, Arizona area, and Todd McFarlane lives in the Phoenix, Arizona area, but it just never worked out. So I've got to work on lots of cool comics, and it's a lot of fun, but I've never got to color Spawn.
What do you like better, sitting in a booth and recording your voice or standing on stage?
Wow. I like going on stage. I've always liked performing. It's always a lot of fun, but you can go and record voiceover in your pajamas and no one cares. So I can be lazy in that, but I love performing. I did Upright Citizens Brigade for many years, and I love that. And SNL was live, so I enjoy live performing. But voiceover is the best.
I would like to do voiceover just because I could go in there and retake if I messed up. But on stage, if you mess up, people will
yeah, that's
like going.
I like the idea of you could say anything and that's what happens. But on voiceover stuff, you do a bunch of stuff and then other people go like, this is the best one, and they decide. So it takes it out of your hands, which makes it easier.
Whose voice do you hear in your head when you're sitting in the office writing for Batman?
I hear Clint Eastwood. Do you know who that is? Does that make any sense to you? Like, yeah, you're like, who the heck is Clint Eastwood, you old man?
I've heard of that name before, but
Clint Eastwood he's an old time actor, and he's very laconic. He doesn't talk a lot. He squints his eyes and just says the words that need to be said, and so that's who I have in my head.
Well, that's a really great question. I mean, for me, I don't hear any of the actors' voices that have played him. I have to kind of have a voice in my head that's my own version of him. That's the same with the Joker and everyone. Otherwise, I just start writing as though I'm writing those versions, and I have to have my own. So for me, it's like a very particular voice. It's almost made up. It's an original one, you know?
All right, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends on the set of We Bear Bears?
Daniel Chong, the guy who created We Bear Bears. I know him from working on Inside Out. I was in Inside Out as well. And Eric Edelstein, the guy who plays Grizz, and Dimitri Martin, who plays Ice Bear, are friends of mine, and they're wonderful. Everyone gets along very well. I love the cast of We Bear Bears. They're all wonderful people. Charlene Yee. I've never met Jason Lee. He plays Charlie. I've never met him before.
I was gonna say that name sounds familiar, and I thought it was gonna be.
He was on My Name Is Earl. He was in a bunch of stuff.
You said you were Inside Out now. What were you in Inside Out?
Do you know the scene in Inside Out where the two little blue construction workers are sucking up the memories and they make her sing the Gum theme song? Yeah. That's me.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys.
All right. What's the best thing about Bobby Moynihan?
Oh. It's when Bobby has to make a sound when he falls down. So we always have Panda, because he's clumsy. So we have all these, every episode he has to fall down 3 or 4 times and go, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. And Bobby's so good, he has a million ways to fall down. So that is by far my favorite thing about Panda. Or Bobby Moynihan, yeah.
I actually never realized that he fell down like every episode.
Yeah, he always does. He's always on the ground. Yeah, he can't stay up on, he has no legs. Oh, yeah. I haven't got to see him yet today, but he is awesome. I love him so much. Yeah. Hi, Bobby.
When you see your fans bring up your work to be signed, what kind of memories come to mind?
Oh, I mean, just gratitude. I literally have the job I wanted since I was a child, and I owe it all to them, you know? I mean, that's my, my fantasy was to do this. And, Greg Capullo once said, he was like, we're employed by DC, but we work for you guys. And the fact that people come up, buy the books, have them signed, it's a pleasure to get to say thank you and meet them. And our jobs are lonely. We just sit in front of a computer screen. So to get out and get to meet them is actually really a joy. So I very much appreciate it and enjoy these things.
Oh, I'm just glad that people buy them. I'm just really glad that people are enjoying them because, I love these characters, and it's always good to see that other people, also love those characters. And I hope that when I see it, I was able to show that, that passion and love I have for it, that they can also see that, we share that passion for the character.
What's a lesson you learned later in life that you wish you would have learned sooner?
Wow.
She's
Good
deep,
Lord.
Man. She's deep, man.
That it's never over. There's always going to be someone there asking you questions you can't answer, just like school. It never ends.
If you could go to any fictional place, where would you go and why?
I would go to Hobbiton because when I was young, I read the Lord of the Rings books, and those are my favorite books. I think I read them 5 times when I was a kid. And even I was lucky enough, I went to New Zealand for a comic convention, and I went to Hobbiton and visited the set where they made it all. But I love The Hobbit, and I love Lord of the Rings, so that's where I would go.
Wow, that's a great question. All right, a fictional place from a movie. Or a TV show. Yeah, I got it. I'm into it.
Any fictional place? I don't know. That's really hard. I don't know. That's always a tough question. Where would I want to go?
Hey, I know what his answer is.
What? Magnum PI's Hawaii?
I've been there.
Your answer.
I'm gonna cheat. All right, this is a perfect for you. When someone asks you if you had one wish, what would you say?
Wish?
Yeah, what would you wish for? More wishes, right?
Yeah.
So if I had to be in one place, I would go to the holodeck of the Enterprise, so I can be in any place.
That's smart.
I had an idea for something. Oh, Lego. The Lego world. I think it'd be fun to have that ability, be a master builder and be all I think that'd be fun. To be and then I could be a little little Lego person. I think that'd be fun.
I would go, any place in the Star Wars universe. I don't know why the first thing that came to mind was Toontown from Roger Rabbit. I think that would be really fun.
That does sound fun. I never thought of that.
That would be a good one. I'll go Toontown. We'll go together.
Yeah, totally go together.
Take Benny the cab.
Wow, I think it's going to have to be something with the Star Wars universe. So Hoth is kind of cold. I don't know that I want to go to Hoth. Maybe Bespin Cloud City. That'd be fun. Get one of those cloud cars and drive around. Yeah, I'd go to Cloud City.
You know who else said Star Wars universe?
Who else said Star Wars?
Bobby Moynihan.
Wow, that's amazing. That's so cool.
So you guys would live together in a little apartment.
We would. We'd be best friends and hang out in an apartment, and we'd have the cloud car, and he'd be in one pod and I'd be in the other.
Go!
Enough with the question!
One more!
If I would live in this world, how is your deal?
Good!
This is the fictional world I would choose.
It's beautiful. Who would win in a fight, Deathstroke or Deadpool?
No video. I'm telling you no.
Deathstroke was the original.
You said Deathstroke, right?
Did I watch the Deathstroke's been around longer, so I don't know. It'd be a good fight though. We should have it.
Looks like it's not really much to do around here. It's getting down to people thinning out now, going upstairs. Right now it's pretty cleared out, so I think we almost have the whole thing to ourselves. But we don't, obviously. Goodbye, Comic-Con. Well, that was awesome. Today was awesome. I actually got to interview a lot of people, and everyone was so nice, and they looked all so creative with all their cosplays. And, oh wow, look, even more cosplayers that look awesome. But I have to go now. Time is running out. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash it real hard, hit the like button, and share it with all your friends.